Welcome back to a new video, guys. It's Amir Hussein, and today might just be probably the most important video I've made yet. We're going to be going over tips, tricks, strategies, lessons, and all the things I've learned in the NFT space so far. So I've been pretty experienced in this space. I've been in here for like about 5 to 6 months now. So I've done a lot of trading. I've put in the hours. I've gotten the reps in. So I've had a pretty well experience in this NFT space so far. So I just want to share some information with you guys so you can learn from me, and hopefully you guys can improve yourself as a trader, as an investor, as a flipper, as a founder, or with whatever you want to do in this NFT space. So again, I'm not a financial advisor, and let's just go ahead and get right into it. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, make sure to go subscribe down below. It helps the channel out so much. I think it's like there's a study about it being scientifically proven that it actually helps your health and mood and all that good stuff. So go subscribe down below. So besides that, guys, just do the normal like button, and then also comment on what you like in this video and what you would like to see down the line in the future. So the first few things in the NFT space that is very easy, and some people just don't get it, is a lot of newbies don't understand that there is no course on NFTs. There is no paid course or any of this to teach you about what NFTs are. So a lot of people get this wrong. There's a lot of scams out there. Oh, learn how to trade NFTs. No. There's no course out there. There is alpha groups, which is completely different from a course, but there is no such thing as a course on NFTs. So I just want to put that out there for a lot of people who might be new that are watching this. I know we have a big different variation of types of people. Next thing I wanted to say is that everything within NFTs that is actually important happens on Twitter and Discord. So it does not happen on Instagram. It does not happen on Reddit. It does not happen on Google or whatever. Everything happens on Twitter and on Discord for the whole NFT space. If you're not on there, make an account right now, make a Twitter, make a Discord. You're not going to be able to make it in this NFT space if you're not doing that. So again, a lot of people don't want to put in the time and the work for NFTs. They just want to be told what to buy, and that's it. I get it. But if you do that, you're probably not going to be able to make it in this space. And trust me, the rewards are massive when you put in the amount of time in the space. I've shown you guys, I've made some pretty cool gains, some pretty substantial gains here now and then. And then also there's a lot of other people out there constantly, all these stories and everything. And a lot of these people have actually put in a lot of time. So it's not like an overnight success story. A lot of these people actually put in time. So make sure you're going and doing that. Another thing I want to mention is that for myself, I only do Ethereum based NFTs. So that means everything on OpenSea or, sometimes Immutable X, which are trading platforms or marketplace platforms where you can buy and sell your NFTs and stuff. So for me, that's all I do. I don't do Solana NFTs. I don't do Cardano NFTs. I don't do Avalanche NFTs. I don't do Tezos NFTs. It just keeps on going, like Terra Luna NFTs. I just stick on Ethereum layer 1 for the most part, which just means OpenSea. So that's for me. That's what I do. And the reason is because that's where the most money is. That's where the most money can be made. That's where all the people are. So make your own decision. For me, I do Ethereum. Another trick, another tip is that you cannot be lazy in this NFT space. You cannot be sluggish. So a lot of people misconceive this as me saying, oh, rush everything, rush your information, rush the research. Do not do that. You have to take your time with your research. Make sure you actually know what you're investing into. Make sure you actually take that time to know what you're investing into. A lot of people don't know what to look for in NFT projects or NFT teams, and I'm going to get to that later on in the video. I'll talk about like red flags and green flags and all that stuff, so just stick along. But overall, guys, don't rush your research, but at the same time, do not be lazy because the market moves so fast. Literally tomorrow, I can be making this video and like a certain project like 20x or 10x or it crashed. So you cannot be lazy. Things happen way too fast. So be quick, be smart, and be patient, and don't confuse that word for being lazy. So next thing, it is build relationships in this space. Try to make some friends, be social, be active on Twitter, be active on the Discords, get to know your community, get to know what you're being involved in. This has helped me so much, and it's helped me make so much more money in this space just by knowing the right people, just by knowing reputable people and having someone to use as a second hand or talk to if I need help for something. So some friends I've made in this space are some fellow YouTubers or some fellow people I've met on Twitter. And some of the really cool people I've met, I'll leave their links down below for their Twitters. And some of those people are Bento Boy, Kosher Plug, Dante Walker Crypto, Ryan Crypto, Crypto Gorilla, NFT Nate, NFT Buzz. There's so much more, but those are the ones I can remember off the top of my head. But yeah, definitely, I'm going to leave the links down below, guys. If you don't understand anything or if you don't know how to get to something or if you don't want to search it, I'm going to leave the links down below for literally everything. It's going to be extremely organized down below in the description. So I know I'm not really getting into the technical stuff right away, but that is because I want you guys to understand these steps before you actually get technical and actually go deep dive in the NFT space and start spending some money. So, that's why I'm doing that. We'll get onto like the actual technical stuff of making money later on in the video, but this is important, so stick with me. So the next thing is to learn how to control your emotions. If you guys have not traded crypto before or not traded stocks before or have not been into like any type of volatile assets where they go up and down, make sure you guys learn how to understand and control your emotions. If you're not emotionally intelligent, you got to work on that. Try to work on your mind. So just learn how to not get scared very easily. Make sure how to build some trust within your own emotions and learn how to believe in yourself. And then also learn how to not feel like you're missing out on things. There's some terms that we use in this market. One of them is called FUD, which is called fear, uncertainty, doubt. That means, you're scared of something. You don't know if something's good or, all that stuff. And then we have FOMO, which just means fear of missing out. And that just basically means like, sometimes you see a project going up like crazy and you want to buy in, or you see a lot of people minting a project and you want to buy in, and then, you don't know if it's good or not. And then you buy in and then you find out it's trash and then you just get dumped on. So this happens a lot in the space. That's why you got to learn how to control your emotions and also learn the slang words, guys. There's a lot of slang words in this NFT space. Learn all the slang words if you can. So another thing, make sure you're getting your information from reputable people. Obviously, I'm going to leave the links down below for all the reputable people that I think are actually genuine in this space. And so some people I watched when I just entered the NFT space, or like when I was a rookie and like just getting started, was definitely Crypto Gorilla, Brett Malinowski, and Giancarlo Buys Tokens. Those people were extremely helpful for me to like understand what the space is and like what to look for in certain projects. So those guys, I got to give them credit for helping me out so much, to kickstart my journey in this space. So thank you to those guys. Next thing is to get into groups that are actually spreading alpha, which just means, valuable information. Get into groups where people are active, where they're constantly talking and trying to help each other. And there's many groups out there that do that, but like some really well-known solid groups that do that. And some of them, for example, is like CyberKongs. Another one is like Bears Deluxe here. I've been in those groups, insane amount of alpha, especially in the Bears Deluxe. Really, really cool group. You get to like know people and stuff. Another one is Plug Pass by my friend Kosher Plug. He has an awesome alpha group there. He has like tools and stuff. And then another one is my own group. It's called Dark Echelon. We have like tools in there and stuff. I'm going to leave the links down below for all those. And that's just an example for some cool projects. And there is a couple more that are actually very valuable. And there's some other alpha groups where it's like a paid subscription. And I know some of my friends have solid alpha groups like Dante Walker Crypto, like Crypto Gorilla, and Ryan Crypto. They have some solid alpha groups. So another thing you guys should go do is definitely go get some NFT tools or have access to NFT tools. These tools will help you out so much. They're going to help you understand the space. It's going to help you read the data and analytics of what's happening so you can make some decisions, and it'll probably help you make a better decision, if anything, because you have access to like what's happening in the actual market. So some of them, I'm going to leave the links down below for some tools you guys can use. And also in my Dark Echelon NFT, we have custom tools in there and all that stuff. So you guys should definitely go check that out. I'm going to leave some tools down below, some links, but some really good ones that I use are Icy Tools. Here we have Dune Analytics, we have Nansen, and there's also some like NFT calendar websites which, help you track which NFTs are coming up, which is pretty helpful if you want to get into projects that you mint. And also take into consideration that some of these tools you have to pay for, but here, for example, Dune Analytics, which I use a lot, is free. So definitely go check this out, guys. Again, this is not like paid promo or anything. I'm just trying to like literally show you guys what I use to help you guys out. So now we're going to get onto the side of making money in NFTs and like totally understanding how to strategize things. So this is going to be very helpful for pretty much everyone. And I know a lot of you guys do these strategies. Some of you don't. So, just listen along and try to apply these strategies to yourself. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. So basically I've used these strategies myself and it's made me, a lot of money. So if you don't want to listen, go ahead. But if you do want to listen, do that too. I don't really care. So the first thing I want to talk about is obviously building up capital, which just means stack your ETH. And stacking your ETH is very important. And stacking up your ETH is actually going to expand your options of what you can do in this NFT space. So if you have a lower amount of capital, what I do recommend is that you only mint NFT projects. And I give that advice because when you're minting NFT projects, your chances on making bigger gains are a lot higher in terms of percentage and X, right? You can make 10X gains way more easy off a mint than you can off the secondary. And secondary means like places like OpenSea and stuff. So when you're minting an NFT, it's going to be off a website. So when you're minting the NFT, that's, you're getting into the private sale, you're getting into the public sale. And this is, increasing your chances of making a larger gain way easier. And I've done it many times. I've made 40X gains. I've made 50X gains. I've done it all. I've done, literally 15x gains in one day, 20x gains overnight. Guys, it happens a lot. I don't recommend you going to buy off OpenSea if you have smaller amount of money, smaller amount of ETH. So now if you have larger capital, here are some suggestions that you should do. Now, I recommend you to go buy off OpenSea, off secondary, and buy into blue chip NFT projects that you can hold for long term. And then also go ahead and mint NFT projects. So what this is doing is if you're larger capital, you're buying into solid long-term projects, you're making long-term gains. And then also you're going to be minting into NFT projects, at the public sale, private sale. And then you can make those quick, 10, 20, 50x gains. And then you just hold on to whatever you think can last long term. And then if you want to make a flip, make a flip. So if you're larger capital, it literally just becomes super easy if you know what you're doing. You're literally just minting projects, buying blue chip NFTs off OpenSea, and just holding. And if you're minting some projects, you just flip them. And guys, I'm telling you, that's why I say stack your ETH. Things become a lot easier. Your options expand so much more. Now, another thing I want to get into is like the difference between large percentage gains and large capital gains. They're totally different. And where you're going to see large percentage gains is off of minting NFTs. And I know I kind of already touched on this in the last thing I said, but I just want to make it clear. Large percentage gains is when you make like 10,000% on a project, when you make 20x gains. That's called large percentage gains. And that pretty much only happens on minting, right? It can happen on secondary, but your chances just decrease when you do that off secondary. When you're minting a project, your chances on making a high percentage gain is a lot higher. So that's why I recommend smaller capital people to do that. Now, when you're making large capital gains, that's completely different. Making large capital gains happens pretty much always on the secondary market. Now, like let's say you buy into a blue chip NFT where the floor price is 10 ETH and you just buy the floor. Now you're holding onto that NFT for a few weeks and the floor reaches 15 ETH. So now you're pretty much sitting on a 50% gain, which is pretty much frowned upon if you're minting. But what you are sitting on is 5 ETH gain, right? So now making a 5 ETH gain on minting is pretty much almost impossible if you're only doing one. And that is because people eventually sell, they eventually take profits, or like there's dips on the way and people just can't hold all the way through. So that's why, for larger capital people, the, buying on secondary and the minting strategy is definitely awesome. And that's like a way that you can definitely maximize and hedge against yourself if you do things wrong. So again, that's pretty much my explanation on why I think that's the best way to do things. So now next thing I want to get into, should you get into the pre-sale / private sale, or should you get into the public sale, and what's the difference? So the pre-sale is, if you get whitelisted on projects, through their Discord or like through a giveaway, you're going to be able to get onto the private sale, which is going to maximize your chances on making a bigger gain. It'll also help you avoid a gas war, which basically just means you pay lower in gas, usually on the private sale, which is beneficial to you because you save more money and you're also getting in early to a project. And so a public sale is something I would avoid if you're already in the pre-sale. So if you're already in the pre-sale, I would just mint off the pre-sale and don't go mint in the public sale, because and a lot of the times when you're buying into a public sale in a hype project, it just hurts your amount of gains that you can make because you're spending so much ETH on gas, which is just, not something that I'm comfortable with doing. So I try my best to get onto the whitelist and then go mint in the private sale for projects I want to mint. And now if I don't, get into the private sale, if I have to mint on the public sale, that is okay also. But as long as I just really want to get into that project and I see it as something bright for the future or for a nice flip. So that is my opinion on that. Next thing. So now the next thing is, should you get into long-term NFTs or should you get into short-term NFTs, and like what's the difference? How do I deal with that? When you're getting into long-term NFTs, you just basically buy a project you have lots of conviction in, you believe in the company, you believe in the brand, you believe in the community and the founders, and you just hold through, no matter what happens, you just ride the wave, enjoy the community. That's pretty much it. That's what a long-term play is. And I recommend that definitely for blue chip NFT projects. I don't recommend that for projects that you're just going to mint right away. Now when you're getting into short-term NFTs, a lot of people have the plan on flipping. That's when you are just planning out everything, timing when to get in or when to get out. That I don't recommend for doing with blue chip NFTs, and basically what blue chip means is like an established brand that, has a higher floor price where people respect it and all that stuff. So with short-term NFTs, exit when you want, exit when you planned, and very short and sweet. Make your gain, move on to the next one. And for everyone, I definitely recommend for higher capital people and lower capital people just to get into long-term and short-term projects where you're going to hold some for long-term and then some you're going to probably flip right away. So just take that into consideration. So now the next thing, which is probably the most important thing, which is going to save you guys and make you guys a lot of money down the line. Again, not a financial advisor. I got to keep on saying that. Just want to remind you guys. Understand the green flags and the red flags for NFT projects. This is extremely crucial. I'm about to get really deep into this right now. We're going to start off with red flags and NFT projects. I've learned this on my own from personal experience on the insides of projects and the business side. And then also on like the flipping side, I've gotten, rug pulled a few times. I've also gotten scammed very hard on the business side. So I want you guys to understand all this. And the first few things that come to my mind when I'm getting into projects and I'm looking for red flags is like when it's unreleased and they just have an insane amount of Instagram promotion. So now Instagram is not really filled with actual NFT people. There's no actual NFT community on Instagram. I think it's more of a joke. And when you're getting into NFTs and you see a big promo on Instagram, I just see that as something like a big turnoff, getting away from it. A lot of projects on Instagram, they're just spending tons of money on promo, and it's usually people in the e-com space. They're just trying to make a quick buck, and I actually fucking hate that shit because when they're trying to make a quick buck on people, they're taking all your money. They don't care about a long-term roadmap. They're not trying to sustain a long-term future for a brand that they could possibly make on an NFT. So you want to be very careful with that. Huge Instagram promotion is definitely a red flag. Now, when a project has been out for months and then they probably spend a lot of money on promo, that's fine. They're already an established brand. And celebrity promo is definitely a red flag. Lots of celebrities do not know what they're doing. They don't know what they're promoting. They just want the money, so they just promote any random NFT project, and that is definitely a huge red flag. I don't get into any NFT projects where they're, spending a lot of money on promo and all this stuff, so definitely stay away from that. It's a bad experience for me. Don't do it. Next thing I want to get into is an overpromised roadmap or like a project that is just promising way too much, promising way too many giveaways. And I've learned this down the line, and it's really, really harsh to a project's long-term future. And also it just really looks like a cash grab. It looks desperate, and you don't want to get into projects that really have that desperate look. And when a project looks really desperate, that just means they want to sell as many pieces as possible. They just want to tell you the things that you want to hear. And when you hear everything that you want to hear from a certain project on their promotion or whatever the hell it is, and enter with like a really critical mindset and try to pick the pieces apart, try to find where the bullshit is, because you're probably going to find it in those types of projects. Now, when you're getting into like these types of founders and everything, like what the team is and all this stuff, and what I've noticed is that a lot of projects with e-com founders are straight up shit. Now, I'm just going to say how it is, just like that. A lot of projects with the e-com founders are really shit because they don't understand, the e-com people don't understand how the NFT space works. And a lot of these people that are running these NFT projects, those people are not actually like degens. They're not actually immersing themselves in the NFT space. And actually, they don't really know a lot about NFTs. And I've learned this the hard way again and again and again, guys. Or, if you're getting into an NFT project where you have the capabilities of speaking to the founders, ask them some hard questions about like what they know about NFTs, because that is definitely a red flag if a founder doesn't know shit about NFTs and they're just, throwing money to promo and all this stuff. And then they launch their project. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have the connections. They just told you guys what you want to hear. And so for this next thing, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate sent to me from these people, but a lot of people in Dubai are actually running these like NFT pyramid schemes and shit. And there's like a huge group of people in Dubai. A lot of them are French e-com people. A lot of them are e-com people that just sell their courses that were never actually rich from e-com. They just sell their courses. And a lot of these projects are ran by the same people, and they just keep selling out over and over because guess what? It works on you guys. You guys keep buying into those certain types of projects. And what they're doing is just keep telling you guys what you want to hear. Keep telling you guys, oh, it's going to go to the moon. They're promising a certain floor price. They're promising all these giveaways. And a lot of the times, these projects don't even do the giveaways. They're not even transparent, like showing you guys that they're actually giving it away. And a lot of these times, these roadmaps never get delivered. They just tell you something like, oh, we're going to airdrop you something, or oh, we're going to do metaverse. And then like they never do it. Or it's like something super easy to fulfill, like a simple airdrop. Like, guys, you don't understand how easy it is just to literally airdrop something to all your holders. It doesn't really cost anything. So a lot of you guys are getting screwed over by this type of stuff, and it's getting me really, really pissed off when I see this. And this is just something that needs to be stopped in this NFT space. If you guys see like any more ape derivative projects or any of this bullshit, don't even get into it, guys. I'm telling you, there's some really reputable people out here. I've left their links down below for their Twitter. Go look at those people. Go look at what they're doing in this NFT space, guys. You guys have to be careful. There's so much bullshit red flags. They're going to openly say, oh, we're going to sweep the floor. All these things, guys. And I just heavily stay away from things like that. you guys should definitely stay away from things like that. And I know I'm like keep on rambling and stuff, and I'm probably not covering everything, but again, guys, this just like pisses me off when people lose their money over this type of stuff. It's very simple to understand what to not get into, and a lot of you guys are still just getting into it, and that's what's promoting all these new like e-com people that are promising, oh, I'm a guru and all this stuff. So just stay away from gurus, guys. A lot of these people are just fake gurus on Instagram. So like if you see like this guy's a guru on Instagram, or like some founder is a guru, like he's, oh, I make so much money, I make like 7 figures, 6 figures, 8 figures, all this stuff, it's bullshit trash, guys. I'm telling you straight up, all bullshit trash. If you want to see some 8 figures, go to someone's wallet right now. Go to a founder's wallet of an actual solid NFT project. You're going to see in his wallet, there's either no money in there because he's reinvesting everything back in the project, or he's stupidly rich from running a successful project and a successful business. So make sure you guys go do that. Ask a lot of questions when getting in. Now we're going to get into some green flags now. These green flags are something that you guys should be looking for. And green flags are pretty easy, guys. But again, over and over, there's just a bunch of shitty projects. There's 100 new projects launching every single day. And I only mint like a few projects every week at most. Like a lot of you guys don't even understand that there's so many projects. You don't need to mint every project that you're getting into the whitelist for. And I recommend try to get onto like as many whitelists as you can. But don't mint every single project that you get the whitelist for. There's no obligation for you to do anything. And like the first couple green flags that I have is a founder that has ran a successful project in the past, or like a whole team or a team from a past successful project. You guys want to get into those projects that have a successful track record, that have shown over and over that they can perform, they can deliver, and they've provided the things that have been on the roadmap, etc. Those are the types of projects you want to get into. Those are the types of teams you want to invest into. And a lot of the times I buy into projects because I really believe in the team, not even the project, guys. I just believe in a team. So figure out what you believe in and get into it. I just gave you guys some points. Also, another thing is like you want to see lots of engagement on certain projects' Twitters. Like we see certain projects, they only have like 20 likes, but they have like 30,000 people on Discord, or like they have 20 likes, and then here they have like 100,000 people on their Instagram. You want to make sure that projects actually have proportional numbers on their Discord, on their Twitter. Instagram doesn't really matter, but like Instagram could be a thing. But again, I told you guys I don't really care about Instagram. It doesn't matter. Discord and Twitter are the only things you guys need to be on. And here we can see, if, like, for example, not a shill whatsoever. I just think this project performed well very quickly. And here's an example. We see Ape Kids Club, 50,000 followers. I'm sure they have like 30,000 people or 20,000 people on their Discord, and they performed very well. I minted this project, for example, and I made a lot of money. So that's an example, guys. You want to see proportional engagement and all that stuff, and you want to make sure their Discord is actually really healthy. There's no one getting kicked when there's people asking questions. There's the mods constantly being active in there and being positive, and it's just a positive vibe in there. And there's none of like this toxic culture of like market manipulation, or like, oh, we're going to the moon, or like, oh, hold diamond hands. Oh, you're a paper hand, you're an idiot. No. Make sure everyone's being solid, positive, and honest in there. And the whole team is being communicative in there. The founders are being active with the community. And then also another thing I want to get into is when you're getting into certain projects, make sure the community that is actually already there, or like the founders or like the team, make sure they're fluid in the NFT space. Make sure they actually have some type of experience in the NFT space. As I just mentioned back when I spoke about red flags, a lot of these e-com people that have no experience are getting into the NFT space, putting some marketing and promo on their project and selling them. A lot of these projects do very well, and like they make shit ton of money, they make millions of dollars, and they just move on to the next project, or they either run away with their money as a rug pull. So just be very careful, guys. Like a guy that's very big that has a lot of hype right now is Volterra. And for example, he's ran a very successful business in the past. We see 10-figure business track record. This project, for example, in my opinion, will perform extremely well. And this is just like an easy example. They have a proven track record. They've done successful things in the past. And the founder is actually a degen in the space from what I believe. I think that's correct. And he also has, Bored Apes and all that stuff. So, like having certain NFTs doesn't really matter. But like the understanding of the space is completely different than any other business on the planet. A lot of the basic functions and like skills you need to know to like make a successful project are very similar to other businesses. But just the whole concept of like bringing together community and all this stuff is just handled a lot differently than other types of businesses. Just for example, look over whatever he's saying. Like that's a good example of like what a successful founder, or like a project that is bound to be successful, like what their founder looks like and what he's doing, how active is he being, all that stuff, guys. A lot of these projects, they have people that are just creating their Twitter accounts right away. We can see here joined December 2019. We can see here me, for example, joined May 2015. A lot of these founders and everything, make sure they're creating their Twitters or like their Instagrams. Make sure it's been out there for a while. Make sure they're not like creating something out of nowhere so like they can delete their account whenever something goes wrong, because that happens a lot. So overall, guys, what I just said is like green flags is make sure these guys have been in this space for a while. They have a track record, or like they've ran something successful in the past. So I don't know if I'm missing out on too many things, guys, but overall, I wanted to make this a little bit different from other types of like NFT tips and tricks videos and strategies. So I hope I showed you guys some like actual useful information and like useful strategies. I know a lot of you guys didn't really make it to this point because this is a very long video, but make sure you guys are actually looking into this stuff. Make sure to go subscribe down below if this actually helped you. I know I gave some tips that are not really out there in other videos. So besides that, guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for all the recent support. I'm very close to hitting 10,000 subscribers. This has been a very long journey. This has been something where I've been putting all of my effort, all of my time. I'm full time into NFTs. I've made a good amount of money in this space just because I've put in the time, I've put in all the effort, and I've gotten the rewards back. You guys can do that. It's all possible literally for anyone. I have some friends that I've been helping like in my personal life, and they made some cool gains. So I'm really, really excited for the future of the NFT space. I'll continuously update you guys. Again, make sure when you subscribe down below, turn on the post notifications. Sometimes I do giveaways here. Sometimes I do giveaways on my Twitter. Overall, guys, we need to continue spreading love in this NFT space. There's a ton of cool people in here. I promise you, tons of cool people.